Welcome to Two Gents, where two seasoned gents take on the hard truths of life, success, and responsibility. In a world where the rules don't bend for us, these gents believe in doing the work, owning the struggle, and inspiring others to take action. So, pull up a chair, join the conversation, and let's figure this out together. This is Two Gents, where action speaks louder than excuses.
You know, it doesn't matter how often, and I say this, it doesn't matter how often you do these shows. And it doesn't matter how often you do these shows, you always have something that come up, and you always have a different perspective or something that's going on. I got music playing in the background, and I'm trying to stop that, so there you go. Anyway, let's get started. Now, I don't want to be on here that long. I just want to make some key points based on what I've seen, what I've been seeing, and what's going on in the world today. And right before I went on the air, I had the opportunity to look at something, and it hit my mind. I know I got a light over here, and I got a light over here, and it's all for this green screen that's behind me. So every once in a while, I'm gonna turn this way, and you're gonna think I'm disappearing, but it's just my hat. And speaking of my hat, I've been wearing this hat for a reason. I've been wearing that hat for a reason. Because my daughter-in-law sent me the hat when Stacey Abrams was running for governor in Georgia, 2002. I've been noticing that they've been attacking Stacey Abrams lately. I noticed that they really been going after. And it's the reason why they're going after, because she's a likely candidate for the next election for president. And we've been asking for solutions. Yesterday, I did a thing on BVM. And, well, it was a recap yesterday, and then we did the show the day before, and we had Melanie on. You know, and the real reason why I'm going here, because I keep looking at this thing, and I want to just put it up right now, but I need to preference it before I put it up, because it happened in 2019. A lot of it happened in 2019. And I just want you to look at it. Be your own judge. I'm just going to put it out here so you can look at it. And I want you to be your own judge, because I don't have to say that much, but I see a lot of videos out there, but they're not putting the blame on the right person of where the party is right now. And that's where we need to go back to, because we were deceived. We were deceived. So I'm going to add this to the stage, and then I'm going to make some more comments.
Prominent advisor to the campaign said he's going to be 82 years old.
I told you about technology.
He won't be running for re-election, end quote. Which, well, look, on its face, prominent advisor to the campaign said he's going to be 82 years old in 4 years, and he won't be running for re-election, end quote. Which, well, look, on its face, the idea makes a semblance of sense, especially given Biden's age and the message he's running on. So let's break it all down, and let's start with the age. Biden turned 77 just before Thanksgiving, and if elected, he would be the oldest person ever to win a first term as president. He has said repeatedly on the campaign trail that his age is absolutely fair game when voters assess whether he can do the job he's running for.
The best way to judge me is to watch, see if I have the energy and the capacity. This is show me business.
A one-term limit pledge would also jibe with Biden's overall message that Trump is an aberration, and that once the billionaire businessman is escorted off the national stage, politics will.
It was 2019. That's way, way, way before all the rest of this started happening. And there's a party You can't. You have to blame the person that started this. See, a lot of people want to go around it. A lot of people want to go around it, and they don't want to put the blame where it's supposed to be. They don't want to put the blame where it's supposed to be, but that's where it started. That's where it started. If you think about it, my telephone is people buzzing me in the background. Somehow I got to get away from this telephone when I'm on doing the podcast. But that's where it started, and it hasn't stopped. And the things that he did or the things that he said, the party was holding him accountable. You can't come out at the last minute if you're a party and say, I'm running. When you already said that I'm just going to be a one-turn stopgap. I feel that I'm the strongest person out there that can win this election against Trump. You did escort him off the stage. But what gave you the idea that you could continue without giving nobody else a chance? That was selfish. So if you're going to blame somebody for where the party's at, put it there. They always talk about decor. Put that blame there, or else we wouldn't have had any of the rest of this that I'm about to play. We wouldn't be saying this, and I have to give the guy credit, and I want young people to understand. So I have to go back to these places where they understand, where they listen to get their message. I want you to listen to this also.
Would not apply to those who are here illegal. It's not true.
Feels so light now in retrospect, right? And let's not forget Marjorie Taylor Greene disrupting President Biden at his State of the Union speech.
It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really. Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
Biden spun that well. So listen, I know right-wing media is going to spin it like Congressman Al Green and Democrats were being petty. Well, they learned from the best. Okay? Would you like to?
Did you hear him? He said he learned from the best. He says a couple of more things that I'm going to add in later on. But the reason why we're here is because of that first video. Now, I'm tired of people not putting the blame where it should be. Yeah, he was president, but you're holding Trump accountable for everything that he does, but you're not holding your own party accountable for where it's at. Because I don't think that y'all have a direction. I think that move threw y'all off so much that y'all don't have a direction. Then he complicated as it went on. It got complicated. You basically had to put him in a wheelchair and roll him out to take that option off the table. And you knew going in. And so you can't I can blame him for rerunning. But you knew the situation that he was in when he decided to do it. So you deceived the American public. Now you want us to run back to you with our arms open and bow our heads and I guess just have selective amnesia. Because all of y'all, everybody that he interviewed, everybody that came on the air was talking about what great shape he's in. He didn't just one day wake up and have that debate and he turned to that person that we saw. It's a lot of people that said blame for this. And then you wonder, how come don't nobody want to believe you? How come nobody wants to vote for you? How come somebody just don't believe the words that are coming out of your mouth? And that's going to be hard to make up. You got somebody that was a judge here in Houston. Somebody that did something out of the ordinary that almost has handicapped him in Congress. But he felt so strong about it. And if you go back to some of my previous podcasts talking about decorum, we live in a different generation. And y'all allowed this man to do something that you couldn't do something that you refused to do. But when he did it, I'm gonna let somebody else tell you what you should have did. Because as we talk on this show with Byron Glass, Reverend A.F. Riggins, and John, even Darth Vader, and y'all know Darth Vader came on early, so he's been kind of busy and he hasn't been on in a while. But even as we did that and we brought it to your attention, we still are going down the same path. And I'm gonna try this again because I need y'all to know who I'm talking about, because you know what he did. You know what he did. I just want you to hear him as kind of like an intro into where I'm going with all of this.
I then protest that, and I do that. But I would protest, notwithstanding the way they've done it, simply because I think that at some point, even if nobody stands with you on some issues, they are so important that if nobody stands with you, it is better to stand alone than not stand at all.
I agree with you, but I also believe Democrats are cowards. And that's why they didn't call out Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's why they didn't call out Joe Wilson when he did it. And Republicans, what happened the other night, it made a weak party look weaker. You looked strong, and I was sitting there wondering, well, why is nobody else standing up with that brother? Why is nobody else walking out with that brother? In that moment, to me, it just shows you how cowardly the Democratic Party is.
Did you feel that way?
I was going to say, did you feel like people should have left with you?
Yeah, do you feel like if we leave, like, if one leave, we all leave. But together, we united.
Let me give you a proper predicate before I go to this specific point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a Democrat because I love the notion of being a Democrat. I don't have another option. This is the option that's available to me, the best option available to me. And I tell people that I'm a liberated Democrat, unbought, unbossed, and unafraid.
You know what he just said? He says, I'm going to tell you what we said on BFM the other night, Black Voters Matter. We said we need an educated voter. What he's basically saying is that he's an educated politician. And he knows that the party is not with him. He won't say it, I'll say it for him. The party is so dismantled. And we're gonna get there, and I'm gonna prove my point. Because if I don't prove my point, I'm just wasting your time here. So I'm gonna let him continue, and then I'm gonna bring up other stuff. So just listen to what he's saying.
Would I have stood with someone else had they done this? Yes.
Absolutely.
I would have. And I believe that there are some Democrats who weren't there when he said lunatic. I'm sort of pleased that Maxine Waters wasn't there, because I'm confident Maxine would have had some choice words for him, words that I wouldn't use. She's a master of scatology. And so but I don't begrudge them, to be very honest. I think people have to, on some of these questions, do what your conscience dictates.
He say, do what your conscience dictate. Did your conscience tell you to sit there? Did your conscience tell you not to do anything? Did your conscience get you to a point where you felt like you wasn't involved in it when they got up to escort him out? That you couldn't get up and make a precedence right then to show how uniform you were. But no. See, your person, I'm going to say it, your person that's in charge of you should have turned around, seen what he was saying, and looked at him and said, you know what? If it starts on the front row, the rest of y'all should have followed. Hakeem Jeffries. And see, what I'm gonna call y'all about is next time when it comes time to run for president, you're gonna think that you should be there. You're gonna think that the American public people should be behind you 100%. You're gonna get it. You got all this stuff working behind the scenes, but you're too scared to stand up when one of your representatives stand up for you. And don't tell me you didn't know his voice, because I'm sure y'all been in many of meetings. He stood up and he pointed his cane at the president. I'm surprised they didn't get him for attempted murder or something, because he pointed his cane. But his party sit there. The leaders in the Democratic Party sit there and watch that happen. If ever you was going to make a point, that was it. If ever you had an opportunity to do something that made a difference, to at least give the people that you lied to an opportunity to stand up and say, look, they got their backbone back. Well, I'm gonna let this young brother break you down so you can truly feel how it feels. And that group of people that you're going for, that group of people that you're going for, that you need their vote, I need to let you digest it, because you need to understand. That group of people that you need their vote in 4 years to get you into that office, they sitting there looking at this man. Hey, he doing everything that he said he was going to do. He doing everything that he said he was going to do. So if you're going to sit there and let your person within your party stand up, make a statement, and you don't have to get up and say something, I don't think you should run the country. Don't fool yourself. You're sending us right back down the same path that we went to before. And I'm going to say it because it needs to be said right here. She ran for president too. She dropped out. You ran for it too. You dropped out. So now you're fighting for a position in the House that you won't even stand up for your party. Hakeem Jeffries, I'm gonna go back and play you. I'm gonna go back and play your thing in just a minute to remind you of the words that's coming out of your mouth, not ours. Not ours. Your mouth. Oh, we in a good position. We got them on the run. Yeah. Maybe you're not watching the same. Maybe you need to step out of that office that you're in and just sit down and cut on the TV. Any news that's out there, and I don't think you'll make those statements again. I really don't, because you're out of touch. Let me add something else to the stage, because
Again,
Well,
about any of this.
thank you again for your I have said that we should not wait until he becomes a dictator to try to remove him. Now, I understand that we don't control the House.
this is that same member that stood up, Hakeem Jeffries, and I'm calling you out because sometimes we have to call people out to get them fired up. Sometimes we have to call people out and let them know that people within their own party, elected people within their own party, are saying things that they should be saying. Stop telling us how we got the Republicans on the run, because we don't have them on the run. And when I break this down, you're going to understand. When you're at the bottom of the barrel, the only thing that you can do is go up. And they're at the bottom of the barrel now. So any positive that comes out from where they're at right now, where you put them at, it's a move up. Maybe you don't understand that because, you saying we got them on the run. They ain't leaving this country. They ain't vacating those seats. They ain't resigning. They standing on what they ran for. Now, what do we do? And I say we because I vote mostly Democrat, but I choose to be an independent, like Glass said. I want the best man in office because we can't do that no more. You're not getting elected like that no more. See, because at one time, and I'm guilty because I have to call myself out. You go in there, you had a Democratic Party, a Republican Party. You had a few independent delegates at the bottom that were independent. They wasn't Republican or Democrat. But you know what you could do? You could go in there and pull that handle and vote all Democrats. But you know what that other party did? They got smart. And I know in Texas they got real smart. Because even during election time, they would, in the polling place where you would go vote, they moved the Democrats way away from where majority of they knew that they was going to get Democrats, and they put the Republicans in that spot for a year. I can show you on the map. But then the next year, in my area, in Texas, Houston, the next year, somebody came up with the wise idea, and I guarantee you it wasn't no Democrat, that we're going to make it available for you to vote wherever you vote, Democrat or Republican. And you know what that did? It messed up the whole cycle because, they didn't like it because we got a judge here in Harris County. And she got voted into office. We had a long-term judge that was there. He got voted out. They changed that. Just like they're going to do the same thing to us if you don't get up off if we don't get up off I'm going to say it like Michael Steele said it, and he meant it, and we need to take advice from him. And I'm going to say two things. That's who should be running for president. And it don't matter if he on the other side of the aisle. I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like he did. We need to get up off our ass and vote or do something about what's going on right now. We don't need to say we got him on the run. We don't need to say the economy is going down. Trust me, at the bottom, we know that. Maybe y'all didn't realize it till now. But we know it. We feel it. Anyway, let me play a little bit more of this so I can bring up a couple more videos. And I'm going to try not to get excited about this, but I'm going to move on. Byron Glass, I hope you're listening. I wish you could be here, but I understand. It's the reason why you're out there, because you're still fighting the battle. Still fighting the battle. And I know if you had the opportunity to be in here, I know exactly where you would be. You'd be right here by my side, helping me make this point. You get a voice here, make a commitment, and we will bring you on the show. If you got anything to say or any comments to make while you're here, or if you're on YouTube out there, or you just going to listen to it later, send us an email. Send us an email or reach out, do smoke signals. Because the Democratic Party don't even know how to light a fire and fan a blanket out there. They're so far off base. Let's listen to this. I'm gonna shut up for a minute because I know I can get on my soapbox and continue. Oh, for you younger people. That's when you're trying to stand higher than everybody else in a crowd and you're on flat ground. And they used to sell soap in a box. And people used to stand on top of it to make their points so people can hear them. Just a thought. Let's continue.
But that doesn't mean that we can't still bring articles of impeachment. Because if the courts can't stop him, and he has control of the generals, because all of those generals that he appointed have to pledge fealty to him. If he has control of the generals, the courts can't stop him, and the House of Representatives, the Republicans, won't stop him, then that leaves it to us. There are 435 of us. We each have the authority, the ability to bring articles of impeachment. And I'm going to do that.
Why?
Because I think that you have to go on the record.
He said that clear. I'm gonna bring up something else because I need to bring this up, but we need to see this real quick. He said we have 435 representatives. 218 of those are Republicans. It's right here. I'm just going down here so we can make sure we're on the same page. 214 are Democrats. The Republicans are in charge of the House. And to show you how recent this is, God bless his soul. We had one representative, Sylvester Turner, pass away. And then we had Mike Walls resign. My eyes are bad. And then we had another one. Well, we knew where he was. He was going to either resign or. That's the times that we're dealing. That's the times that we're dealing with. That's our options. That's our options now. And we wonder how come we're here. And then you have. I can't go no further. I got to bring my girl up. Because she did something. Hold on just a minute.
Understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold
a
on.
part of
I'm trying to find clarification on what
Chairman, motion to strike those
I had no idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just.
You see what she said? I wish I could. I'm gonna go back to it because I like what she said. Look at her smiling. Just check this out.
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold
a
on.
part of
I'm trying to find clarification.
No.
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
That would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Anyway, did you hear the guy say, "Oh, what now"? I cut the volume off because I think we didn't heard enough of that.
Chairman, motion to strike those words.
I had no idea what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just.
Let me just tie this back to where we're going with this. Two people. You always hear me say this on the podcast when I'm with the other guys. Some, not all. Some, not all. Today I say two, but nobody else. And I'm referring to the Democratic Party. Two and nobody else. They're standing up and they're speaking and they're making a difference. And yeah, we're gonna say that they're not using proper decorum. We're gonna say that. I'm laughing because if you go back and look at the last video that we did, when we had Melody in there, we had to use proper decorum. But it's a little bit at the end of the video that's there. And you're going to have to go back and look at it. It's the video where we did the Black Voters Matter. We all lost it at the end because we out of respect, we had to do what we did. But it's kind of funny that when a person is doing something different than sitting on their hands, waiting for somebody else to make a suggestion, it's called out of decorum. But I need you to look at. I'm not the only one that's saying this. We're not lost. And my video was so bad last time I brought this up. I need y'all to hear this. And it's just gonna be the first part of it, and then we're gonna get out of here. I like doing videos like I like doing forums like this because it gives us a chance to go back and review what's out there. And sometimes we don't have to say it, and Other people can say it for us.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts...
Somebody just wants to see that because I done tried to change it like twice. And it keeps on going back to that one thing. So I'm going to try it one more time so you can remember. Let me see if it opens up.
Okay.
I'm just...
See, Miss Crockett has the floor. We're not going to get stuck there. We're going to continue to move. I have some more items that I'm going to bring into play right now. And I want to hear more of this young brother because I think that's the voters that they're going after and they just don't know how to get them. So I'm going to let him call it out for you. Let me see. It won't let me suggest. It won't let me get to it.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your...
Okay, we understand. We understand, Miss Crockett. We got you. But I'm still here, and I thought I had some more videos to bring to you. But what the young man was saying was, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is, but I can't get out of where I'm at right now. Let me go back to my picture. Yeah, what it is that they only allow me to have so many videos, and I went to all these videos, and I have to get smarter and make more room in the platform. That's how it flows. So I can't blame nobody. Miss Crockett was there, but let's see if we can get. See, if I click it again, it's going right back there. I can't get anything. Let me delete this from here and then try to go here. Okay. I ain't gonna let you defeat me. I had nicknamed this video that I want to play, and that's probably the reason why it's not playing. It was a young man telling the Democratic Party that they didn't have any mail, you know what, and they couldn't stand up. But he said it in such a way that I want y'all to hear him, not me. And this person here, I really don't want to give her no airtime, but if he'll play it, I'm gonna go ahead.
Ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath
would
even
you
order.
please regain order of your committee?
Order.
Please.
There's a point of order. We have a point of order. Mr. Lynch, state your point.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like.
When it fails, it fails. That's all I can say. When it
to
fails,
ask the
it
parliamentarian if your conduct here in raising money in connection with this hearing is referable to the Ethics Committee within this hearing. Is a motion in order to refer your conduct and your abuse of
It's not a point of order.
So as we continue to listen to this, as we continue to make our points in this presentation, I just need you to understand that we're at a point in history that we've never been. And we didn't get here on our own. We got here by the mistakes that we made, and we're still paying for them. And we're going to continue to pay for them until we change them, till we change our behavior, till we can do different. I think that people say that one of the when you have a problem and you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over, they have a name for it. Maybe I'm not the one to tell you about it, but go out there and see what happens when you do the same thing over and over and over. And I do have a chance I can go somewhere else with this because I need you to understand how far off we are. And I played this, and I'm gonna continue to play it till we. I'm gonna continue to play it till we get it right.
No, Democrats don't know what to do. This is a nightmare. Somebody like Donald Trump, we thought we'd at least have, Hakeem Jeffries in the speaker's chair to hold him back if we didn't have Kamala in there to do the right thing. Listen, the Democratic Party is going through a massive set of internal crises.
He said it, I didn't. He said it, I didn't. I'm just proving the point that this is where we at. This is where we at. I let him finish. I know somebody saying let him finish. Let him finish. I'm gonna let him finish.
You have a party that got trapped two ways. One, defending a broken status quo that nobody likes because they thought that Donald Trump was going to make it worse. But when you're defending the status quo, you're going to lose. And then offending most people in the country, calling everybody sexist and racist and transphobic and every other name, and then say, please follow us. That's not a good strategy, folks. Defending a broken status quo and offending most of the country turns out is not as popular as my party thought it was going to be. And so it's going to take a while for people to get it figured out.
Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to freeze that on the stream. Democratic Party's approval rating fell 31% according to that poll. I can't pronounce it, so I ain't going to even try. Taken at the start of the presidency, Trump's second term. And I think that he was the one that, this guy's the one that gave the speech that told us that we got this. We got this. We got him on the run. You don't have to hear it from me. I'm going to let you hear it yourself.
Prominent advisor to the campaign said he's going to be 82 years old in 4 years, and he...
That's where the problem got started. I guess they want me to make sure that I tell you where the party got started. And when you go out there, as a matter of fact, I know what I'm gonna do. Since nothing seems to be working, I'm gonna bring us back to the beginning, right here. And I just need you to. I done played it twice, so sometimes I know when I was in the military, and I thought about this earlier. We had a sergeant major by the name of Clark, 29th Area Support Group, and I was about to do a presentation, and I didn't have the same rank as everybody else that had did presentations before to a battalion, and I was off, way off. And this sergeant major told me, he said, you know what? He said, you know what, Spikes? I said, what? He said they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you. They don't jump up in the air and do all those flips and don't pop their finger and magically have their pants come on. What he basically was telling me that I'm just like them. They may have more experience and have more rank. But if he thought anybody else was more qualified to deliver that message, he would have went to him. Command Sergeant Major Clark. I appreciate that, and I still carry that to this day. And anytime I try to advise people on anything, I use that. So you have to learn from your past, is what I'm saying. Sometimes your past is what's getting you to where you're going. It's getting you where you're going. You know, I almost did it, but I'm not going to break decorum. I'm going to play this. I got to. And then I'm going to wrap this up.
He won't be running for re-election, end quote. Which, well, look, on its face, the idea makes a semblance of sense, especially given Biden's age and the message he's running on. So let's break it all down, and let's start with the age. Biden turned 77 just before Thanksgiving, and if elected, he would be the oldest person ever to win a first term as president. He has said repeatedly on the campaign trail that his age is absolutely fair game when voters assess whether he can do the job he's running for.
The best way to judge me is to watch.
The best way to judge me is to watch me, or the best way to judge me is to put earplugs in your ear and don't listen to what I'm saying. Because when it gets 4 years later, I might forget what I committed to, or I start to feel good, as Darth Vader said. I start to Feel good. You get that feel good feeling. And now you think you can move the world. But I'm gonna still get you to the last part of this, but I need you to look at something. Let me stand up and see if it comes. It may not come out right. I need you to look at what she said. Uh-oh, I'm about to fall down. I could have freed more if they only knew they were slaves. That was Harriet Tubman. I could have freed more if they only knew they were slaves.
See if I have the energy and the capacity. This is show me business.
A one-term limit pledge would also jibe with Biden's overall message that Trump is an aberration and that once the billionaire businessman is escorted off the national stage, politics will.
Well, you know where it started at, you know where it went to, and you know what we're dealing with today. Congressman Green, Congresswoman Crockett, I'm sorry you don't have the support that you need. I'm sorry that nobody within the Democratic Party has been able to do what you do. Nobody. But message. If you plan on running for president, we don't have amnesia. We don't get selective amnesia or none of that. What should be said if you plan on running for president is
the run on 3 core issues.
Did you hear that? I gotta let you hear it because it's too funny and it started working after I got through.
On the run in terms of the economy. In fact, Donald Trump and Republicans are crashing the economy in real time. Donald Trump gave one of the most...
Remember what I said about the economy being crashed? What does that tell you? The only way up, the only way out is up. And when does it recover? Right before the election. About 2 years out, it recovers. And then what is he saying right now? Just listen to what he's saying. I'm not gonna say it for him. I'm gonna let him say it for himself. Please don't run for president because I'm gonna hold you accountable, and everybody. I'm gonna make sure that everybody on the internet holds you accountable. Since y'all don't hold yourself accountable for what you say, because you might get selective amnesia like Biden did.
Most divisive speeches by a president in American history. 100 minutes. And he barely spent any time on the economy. Why? Because it's collapsing on his watch. They made promises with respect to lowering costs. Costs aren't going down. They're going up. Inflation is going up. You know what's coming down? Donald Trump.
Let me, I want you to, see, we try to educate and take you to a different place. We try to educate, and I know I'm doing what they did, but we try to educate you and take you to a different place. And the different place I want to take you to is this. This economy wasn't in great shape when Biden was in office. It was going here already. The truth hurts, but sometimes you have to tell it. You have to say it. And I want you to go back and look at the numbers. Don't take my word for it. As Byron Glass said, go research, become an educated person. Just look at the numbers. They were already going here.
Poll numbers. Because he is mismanaging the economy and the American people are feeling it.
The good news out of what just happened, what you just heard, was this. If the if the Democrats would have been in office, we would have felt like, I'm just gonna say, we would have felt all messed up. And the only reason why I'm extending this because it seems like my system has started back to work, and something tried to stop it, but I'm not. If it's working, I'm gonna play this one more, and then I'm gonna get out of here.
Matter of fact, they weren't even signs. They were pickleball paddles. Okay, Democrats were out there looking like a bunch of pickleball paddle polishers. Okay, they really were looking like they wanted to challenge Trump and the Republican Party to a friendly game of pickleball. When diplomacy fails, perhaps a friendly pickleball match on the House floor can settle the score. No! Look, man, we're in strange times, okay? Because Trump can stand up there and tell a lot of lies, but nobody cares. Because if you're a Democrat, you think Republicans are always lying. If you're a Republican, you think Democrats are always lying. So nobody is listening objectively, okay? But at this point, it's not about policy, sadly. It's about optics. And I don't know how Democrats can change the optics without a massive overhaul of the whole party.
I'm not going to stop there. Since the computer started working, I'm not going to stop there. I just need, I think he agrees with what we said earlier here.
Island unto himself. First of all, salute to Congressman Al Green. Drop one of clues bombs for Congressman Al Green. You got some nuts, OG. Okay, if you didn't watch the State of the Union last night, then you missed 77-year-old Congressman Al Green stand up.
No, I want the young people to hear this. I want you to listen to the words that he used to describe this.
OG. Okay, if you didn't watch the State of the Union last night, then you missed 77-year-old Congressman Al Green stand up and disrupt President Donald Trump's speech. Now, as I was watching the State of the Union, the only thing I kept thinking was, I really don't know what Democrats do, okay? Trump is a force of nature, all right? You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And that energy has been projected on the whole Republican Party. And regardless of how you feel about their policies, regardless of how we know, okay, their policies are going to ruin the American economy, guaranteed, they just come off strong. Democrats come off as weak, okay? And Democrats are never able to properly articulate the threat they say Republicans are, okay? They go to the extremes, right? We've heard all the greatest hits: threat to democracy, fascist, constitutional crisis. And even if these things are true, Democrats never quite act like it. And last night was more of the same. Okay, that's why, once again, I want to salute Congressman Al Green for standing up and attempting to call a thing, okay? If Trump is as bad as Democrats say he is, then somebody in the Democratic Party has to act like it, okay? Somebody has to throw a middle finger to tradition. Somebody has to throw a middle finger to the norms and do something different. You got to try something different, okay? Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Well, that is an old play from an old playbook. In 2025, when they go low, you got to take it to the floor with them. Okay, you got to scrub the mother effing ground. And Congressman Al Green took a page out of the Republican playbook. He did what Republican Congressman from South Carolina, Joe Wilson, did when he yelled, "You lied" at Obama. Let's listen.
The reforms I'm proposing would not apply.
There on an island.
Did you hear that? With that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I just want to make sure that y'all understood that I did the same thing that Biden did. I told you it was time to go. I told you it was just one more that I want to play. Then I started feeling myself, Darth Vader. I started feeling myself. Then I was able to go home because I was in a position to recover. I'm going to leave on that note. I want to say thank God, thank God, thank God. Thank God that we got a God, because if we didn't have a God, I don't know where we would be. But as Melanie said, when they was on that bridge, they didn't have local police support, but they had a Constitution. And I'm going to always remember those words. Bye, everybody. Have a good day.